and sometimes a bike is the way to go. So I'll trust you guys send over some good notes over to Gene, and we're going to move right along to our next speaker. And our next speaker, Tracy Shawn, I've been listening to her for a while now, and she always has these really introspective, cheerful, fun, entertaining speeches. And she's going to do a speech by the title of Overcoming the Dreaded Fear of Public Speaking.
Thank you, Herb. Thank you. Nice to see you guys all tonight. If you, like so many other people, have a fear of public speaking or even have social anxiety, getting to and staying with your local Toastmasters club can be the first step from fear to power. Now, for those of you who don't know, Toastmasters has been around almost 100 years. It's a nonprofit organization, and its goal is encouragement, group encouragement. And I'm going to read the mission statement because it really kind of pulls together a lot of what Toastmasters is about. And this is their mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now I'm going to take you on my own personal journey from fear to somewhat power. I was drawn to Toastmasters because I heard it was a positive place to hone public speaking skills. I hadn't yet joined, and my first novel was about to be released, and the publicist had said that she was going to hopefully get me some radio spots, public speaking, and my whole body twisted. I was going to say my stomach twisted, like the whole body, and I thought, okay, I better go. So I went, and what I discovered is that Toastmasters isn't just a positive place, but a safe place, an inclusive place where each and every member gets a chance to get up there and practice. And so here we are. I don't think anyone is here for what it was like for me on my first night, but it was at Woodland Toastmasters, and this is the same club I've been at 9 years later. And it was pretty much from that night I felt I got a lot of shots of encouragement and courage. So I went in, the throat was closing up, the heart was galloping. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this. Even before this speech, I get a little nervous. And what I really wanted to do was just flee out of the room, scurry into the night, and just dump the preposterous notion that I could ever get over my fear of public speaking. But the people at Toastmasters were so friendly. And when they asked me to introduce myself, and I could barely squeak out my name, I was met with nods of encouragement, friendly smiles, and applause. And I thought, okay, I didn't make a total fool of myself. I think I can survive this. Then in the second half of the meeting, the table topics master invited me up. And again, for those of you who may be hearing this speech that don't know what that is, it's a part in Toastmasters for whoever has decided to take on that role that week, is they call members and guests alike to come up and they ask questions to do an impromptu 1 to 2 minute speech. Trust me, I did not want to do it. But that person who called me up must have seen the huge-eyed fear in my eyes and said, come up, you can do it. You get up here now, and it's just going to make it that much easier the next time you're here. So on wobbly legs and an even more wobbly voice, I answered that question. I can't remember what it was. It's a blur. In probably 15 seconds flat or less. And as I'm scurrying back to my seat, I did have the wherewithal to see, oh, people are clapping. They're smiling again. Okay, I guess I did it. So another shot of encouragement, of kindness gave me another shot of courage in a really short amount of time. And then at the end of that night, another member said, hey, would love to see you next week. Hope you come back. Again, another shot of kindness, of support, gave me another shot of courage. I had such a horrible, irrational fear of public speaking. I thought perhaps I was going to just blurt out something insane without realizing it. That is how over the top my fear of public speaking was. So this was a big deal, folks. And I hope that I and fellow members do help newcomers do that as well. Keep them pulled in by giving them kindness, support, and encouragement. And through the years, I continued to stay at Toastmasters because not only do I experience it myself, but I see it for other people. When people give particularly moving speeches, I see people's eyes tear up in empathy. I remember we had one member who froze. It was a really important speech to her, and she put on so much pressure on herself to just deliver it with exact professionalism that when she froze, instead of being able to take a deep breath and moving on, she started to cry. And another member rushed up, put her arm around her and said, "It's okay. We've all been there. It's okay. We understand. We want you to come back next week, deliver the same speech again." And she did. And she did with flying colors, head held up, self-confidence, and then she bowed in triumph. And I really don't think that would have happened without the supportive, encouraging atmosphere. And then some of you were here when we had another member who was facing terminal cancer. And not only were we supporting her within the club meetings, but outside, a lot of us took her food, took her to appointments, visited her. And in the club meetings, the last couple meetings she could make it to, we just gave her our rapt attention, and we learned from her wisdom. We gave her the space to be real, to talk about her journey, her true feelings about her journey, and I was just so proud of her and our club. So, in conclusion, Toastmasters is so much more than a positive place to practice public speaking skills. It can be an amazingly supportive place in which you can grow and blossom in ways that you never thought possible.